What's up, everyone? It's Chicks in the Office with Ria Fran, giving you that Friday energy on a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Ready to lead right into the weekend. How are we feeling?
Amazing.
Wow, amazing. Love to hear it.
I am excited for the weekend. I hope it stops raining. It's been rainy and gross. And that's really about it. Some fun activities this weekend. Got a friend's birthday. And that's
Very nice.
Yeah, it's
That's
gonna be
lovely.
Nice. It's gonna be nice.
Your nails.
Oh, gosh.
Spectacular.
Clearly, I've been missing out on what the world has been. You know, everyone's you got the Russian manicures. I went to the place, and then some girls got mad at me because I posted the place. They were like, "Don't tell people about that place."
Well, you don't want to
like,
be.
well,
you don't
what
want to
am
be
I?
a gatekeeper.
What's the other?
Either.
The opposite. Yeah, like I
people get-
refuse to tell people what nail
Right.
salon I went to.
No, you can't win. You tell somebody, and then
Yeah.
they're like, "No," but then
Yes.
if you don't, then you're a gatekeeper,
Yeah.
and that's not fun.
And it was not as expensive as the other place. I know a lot of people also were like, was that Gilded Ritual you were talking about? I was like, yes, it was.
Was Gilded Ritual?
Gilded Ritual is the place in
nail?
Tribeca that I was like, holy guacamole when I saw the prices.
Is that like
But
a
girls,
popular
like,
nail place?
Yes, and I get a lot of DMs. They swear by it too. They're like, it's so. I'm like, it better be. I better have a new hand when I walk out of that place. Like for how expensive that was. And this manicure was still expensive, but it came out wonderfully.
They
And,
look gorgeous.
and thank you. I've like my nail beds have never looked better.
yeah, that's the Russian manicure.
Yes,
huh?
and because I think it was my first time doing it too, it was like, boy, did she have a lot of cuticles to cut off, you know. So when she had these little scissors, and literally like cut my cuticle off. But you know, it's a good feeling when you get your nails done, and not only are you happy, but the wonderful person who did your nails is also happy because she was like, "Do you mind if I take a picture of your nails?"
You're like,
I was like,
please.
"You sure can."
Yes.
You sure
and no
can.
charge either. You can take them for free.
Oh my god, I was like, "Oh, please take their picture."
No, you
It
could
looked like-
you could be a hand model. Those
I know,
are gorgeous.
my poor thumb.
Did it
is
hurt?
really not- No. I don't think so,
Ooh,
but
hesitation.
I have very sensitive, like whatever you want to call that part
Nail
of like
beds?
the nail beds, like
Is it buds or beds?
beds, nail bed, because it's where your
Nail-
nail sleeps.
It's not a bud.
No, I think it's a nail bed. Your nail
Really?
bed. Why would it be a nail bud?
I just thought that's what it was called.
No, I think nail bed.
That would make more sense, I
Yes.
guess. Nail bed. Okay.
So my
Never
nail,
mind.
yeah. But I'm always I'm sensitive when I get a normal manicure.
Yeah, it's a nail bed. Sorry, I know. I just had to.
You just had to triple check.
I had to triple check. I
triple
knew. I just wanted to learn about
Yeah.
it with my own eyes.
Sometimes they get sensitive when I get a normal manicure anyway, and so I will sometimes clarify or like say before I'm like, oh, it can be a little sensitive, and then they sort of take it a little easier instead of just going in and be like, and they push it back is really hard and whatever. But no, I will say it's a noticeable difference.
Noticeable difference. They look beautiful.
I didn't think like all the hype around the Russian manicure. Then once I went, I was like, you know what? I get it.
And you said it wasn't as long as the way
It
people
was
talk
the
about the
same
Russian
amount
manicure.
of time.
They act like it takes like 3
Yeah.
hours, which is why I have never gone because I don't like to get my nails done in the first place.
Yeah.
I think it's a torturous event. So the fact that I would have to sit there for longer than I even want to doesn't excite me. But if it's not that long, I'm open to it.
I mean, I'm sure it depends on who you go to, but the timing of the old place that I went to compared to this place, pretty much the same. Like give or take 5 or 10 minutes. Like, and
Well-
at that point, you know,
Then it was a damn blessing
it
that
really
your place
was.
closed down.
It really was.
There's always a
And
silver lining.
Yeah, seriously.
and
Sorry to them because
there you go.
they've lost me.
And they lost everybody. They lost
They
all
did.
their
They
clients
lost
because they closed
everybody.
it
Yeah,
down.
they lost everybody.
So
I think
you know,
they in that random text they did say that they were trying to reopen, but it's like, well,
you don't know if you could.
you never know
trust
at this
the
point.
random text and all
Yeah,
that. So
yeah. And I walked into the place. It was one of those nail salons where like everybody's working. Like every seat was full.
Right.
It was lined up.
You can't even ask for a 10-minute massage because everybody's taken.
No. It's everybody was cruising. And I especially with, I was looking at what everybody was doing on their nails. Everybody was getting cool stuff. The girl next to me was getting like all these little crystals on her nails and stuff. So that's sometimes entertaining. Like that can be when you're getting bored in the nail salon. I always look at what other people are doing and then like watch them get their nails done. And I was very into watching this girl next to me get her nails done.
You are selling me on this experience.
Yeah, I really thought it was worth it. I walked out very happy. I keep looking at my hands.
Gorgeous.
And I was like, wow, make, noticeable difference. It was a difference where even like, I feel like boys would even notice this change.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that because your husband noticed or?
Yep.
He was like, those are some good nails.
I could cut 6 inches off my hair. He wouldn't notice, but he saw these nail beds. He said, whoa.
Wow. Those are some beautiful nail beds. All protein bars generally taste the same, but not One protein bars. One made protein bars perfect with 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers and 1 Hershey's Cookies and Cream, 18 grams of protein and only 3 grams of sugar. Only 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers protein bar is made with Reese's peanut butter. Oh my God, I mean, who doesn't love Reese's peanut butter? And then you get a protein bar made with Reese's peanut butter. You literally cannot get better than that, and you get that with 1 protein. Only 1 Hershey's Cookies and Cream protein bar is made with Hershey's Cookie Bits. You got the best of the best here. You got Reese's, you got Hershey's, all in protein bars. This is perfect and delicious. One also has other delicious flavors like birthday cake, maple glazed donut, and blueberry cobbler. So you can try new 1 Reese's Peanut Butter Lovers protein bar and 1 Hershey's Cookies and Cream, the most delicious protein bars. Check it out. What can be better than those 2 flavors? Seriously, try it out with 1 protein. A whole new world just opened up for me learning that it's a nail bed instead of nail bud.
Yeah.
So that's going to take a minute to register in my brain.
We'll let that one sit.
Yeah. We'll let it slide too.
What else do you have going on? You have a wedding this weekend?
I do have a wedding Friday night, Saturday night. Got some plans in the city with some friends. I'm trying to have
Did you hear that they all went out to the club without you?
I did. Wait. They did without Kelli.
Yeah, Kelli wasn't there.
And Kelli wasn't there. And Kelli legitimately was so distraught about this. I think she actually may be upset that I'm even bringing it up out loud right now.
Well, I was shocked when Noah came in and was like, oh, we were at Little Sister over the weekend. I was like, oh my God, you went to the club.
That's not the first time we've done it.
You went to the club. Ria's on her honeymoon?
No, it's not the first time, but I will say.
We don't get like a table or anything. We just show up.
Yeah. But Kelli was so upset because she had other plans or whatever in like around the area or something. And reading our group chat, I was like, oh my God, I really think Kelli is actually legitimately going to take a couple of days to recover from this.
Was she invited?
I mean, if she was around, she would have gone.
Yeah, it's open invite. Well, now this weekend, Saturday night, I'm trying to have a New York City night out.
Yeah.
Noah is like hoping that the weather is so shitty because he has a bachelor party, and he's like, no, you guys don't want to go out in the rain.
Oh no, I'm sorry.
No, and like Marty's friends that I've hung out with now a couple times.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to literally, let go of that. I think it's supposed to rain for like an hour at noon.
No,
Noah heard who was coming.
No, Marty came and told me, and because I was like, oh, who are your friends? Like, he's like, he named them. I'm like, oh, come on.
He was like, no, I was like, really? I'm going to miss this? He's like, please, no.
Come on.
He's like, are you kidding me?
He's going to be there?
Yeah, no, he was genuinely distraught about it. And I was like, you know what? Now we're even.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like you should take a weekend off, though.
No.
Like,
no, she's ready to go.
No, I'm energized. Like, I'm rested, you know? Like, I don't.
It's Thursday. We'll talk to me on Saturday.
You're right. But no, I mean, we do have
going to a wedding on Friday.
I am.
Yeah.
We do have locked in plan. Like, I cannot bail on these plans on Saturday, so it's not like a
right. Other people are coming in.
Other people are coming in to stay with us and go to the city.
Maybe it's more of like a chill night.
Sorry, Noah, you
fucking wish. You wish.
FOMO is terrible.
I gotta be honest. I had no FOMO when they were out.
You're on your honeymoon.
Well, yeah. It's a difference if you're like home alone in your apartment.
Yeah.
FOMO compared to like being in Ibiza FOMO.
Mm-hmm. Right. I was like, we're good.
Yeah.
you guys.
No, you guys have fun.
Yeah. Enjoy yourselves.
I'll be good.
Yeah.
So,
but Noah's going on a bachelor party.
Yeah,
where
Charleston.
Charleston?
Yeah.
You hitting up Uptown Soch?
Oh, is that Craig?
No.
Oh.
Town Social. Is that Craig? Is
No,
that Craig?
No, I thought Craig had a bar. I thought
They
that's
do.
where he
That's their. By the way, is their restaurant.
Oh. No,
Slash bar.
I don't know what the plan. I have no. I don't.
There's
know
no
what,
I-10?
I don't think so.
Why are you abbreviating everything? Is this a new thing? Is it something you picked up on?
No, I just did it for. I just did it
see
for
how long?
social. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna see how long.
See how long you can do it.
There is like some like
Big batch.
Yeah.
what's like the main bar that everyone goes to? It was said in the group chat today.
Uptown Social.
No. Saltwater Cowboys.
Oh, Saltwater Cowboys. Yeah,
That
that's
was
Saltwater
direct.
cows?
Saltwater
Yeah.
Cowboys. That's over in Shem Creek.
Is the
I could do
beach-
this all day.
Is the beach
Yeah.
in Charleston like a beach?
Yeah.
Because we're like right by it. I saw the house.
Staying
like,
at Isle Palms.
I don't know
Or just
exactly,
Isle?
but I'm
Isle of
like,
Pig?
oh, it's supposed to be nice, like weather.
Joe was just on a bachelor party in Charleston.
I like the
and
one time that we went. It was fun.
he.
Oh,
You
what
know,
was
he had
that?
a great time.
What was that restaurant? It was so good that we went to with Craig.
Halls.
Halls.
Yeah,
The
it's a lot of
steakhouse.
Halls
music.
is fantastic.
Yeah.
Should pop on over. Yeah. Just see what they're doing. Let us know. There's some great restaurants. You get some great oysters.
Yeah, we're on. Well, I don't know. People aren't gonna come find
Go to
me. Avenue
Leon's.
Isle of Palms.
Get some grilled oysters.
like
Were
where
you
the
just
address-
Isle of
hesitating
Palms.
to tell where you were going because you
Yeah.
knew people were going to come find you?
Yeah. I don't want to like dox this
You see
party.
it? Look how big he's gotten since while you were gone. He got
His head
just
is huge.
inching closer and closer to taking your seat.
Yeah.
His
He
head
was
is
just waiting for the invite.
ginormous
Yeah.
right now.
No,
Yeah,
I
you
don't
are.
know.
You should also go to the Windjammer. Great spot.
The whim.
Yeah.
The Windjam.
The
The
party.
win.
The party has already started. I'm going tomorrow morning, but like a lot of people are already there.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
late
yeah.
because you're working. Very noble
yeah.
of you.
Yeah. And then the flights are like absurd.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I didn't realize like I could go to Europe for cheaper.
Right. Well, Noah asked
And Joe had a disaster. We don't have to talk about that, but
me if he should use his miles to buy his Charleston tickets, and I was like, no, why
No,
would
it
you?
was, like,
And
an
he
absurd
told
amount.
me
Yeah,
the
yeah,
amount of miles.
yeah.
I was like, why would you
It was, like,
waste
over 80,000
those
or something.
miles
Yeah.
on that? You can literally go to Europe.
Right.
And then he was like, no, the prices are. And I was
No,
like,
'cause
okay, well, I
it's-
guess.
So what I'm doing is on Sunday, I just took the cheapest flight, which is a 6 a.m. flight. So I'm just gonna stay up, I think, like all night.
You're
I
probably
don't know.
going to do
There's
that.
been some issues
But-
with that specific airport, or what is
But it's
going
like the
on?
first
Or there's
flight
more
there shouldn't
it's
be
so
issues with the
popular.
first flight. They have all night to get it ready. You know?
Yeah,
like-
yeah. You're flying out of Newark, or
No, well, on the way back, I'm LaGuardia both ways.
okay.
No, Marty's bachelor party, there were like a good amount of guys who had the 6 a.m. type thing, and I was actually kind of jealous. Like we were up late, and I'm like,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You just get to leave.
No,
right
then
now.
you like wait. Like by the time you're so out of it, and then by the time you kind of come to, you're like
then I can just
you're
sleep.
home. You know, which is nice.
Yeah, I'll just sleep all day Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, having a full day to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're rooting for you to have a fantastic time.
You're gonna have a great weekend.
Hey,
It's beautiful
anyone down
there.
in Charleston? I'll see you down in Charleston.
Yeah,
He's putting the calling out.
I am.
He will be there.
yeah,
Go find him at Isle Palms.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's don't worry. I mean, you'll be in a house. It's not
Yeah.
like you just gave away the address. It's not like one
Oh, is
house in
that
the
a-
entire
is that-
Isle of Palms.
Is that a location? Like an area?
Yes,
Of
yes.
Well, that
Charleston?
was like.
Oh, I
that's
thought
like
we were
in the
no.
address
Oh.
of like the.
Yeah, it's like
house
its
that
own.
we're at.
It's its own. Dare I say city? Like not city, but it's its
Town?
own community. Yes, the Isle of Palms.
I
yeah.
thought we were naming like a restaurant or a bar.
No.
No,
No,
that's like the.
that's
street.
like a big enough area where he can say that's where he's staying, and
We'll find out.
he'll be okay.
We'll find out if I don't make it back.
Yeah.
They
We'll send
found- they
security.
found me.
We'll send security to cover
Yeah,
you.
don't worry, you'll be just fine.
Yes.
And if anything, the bachelor party is gonna be hyped that you drop the location. All the girls are gonna come.
Yeah,
running.
true.
I want you to keep abbreviating everything. I never want it to end.
Oh no, you're gonna have a fun weekend.
Yeah, don't worry. You won't miss out at all.
This was the first bachelor party where they gave us the option of he sent, or one of the friends sent 3 cities, three weekends, and basically it was just
You
like
all voted?
we all voted.
Wow.
It was like Charleston, Austin, and Scottsdale.
Those are the bachelor caps right there.
They really are.
Yeah. I voted for Charleston.
1,
so.
2, 3.
So you won.
Yeah.
They went with your pick.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the topic, Beach Town, our tour
Yep.
is coming up soon in June. Tickets are on sale. We are in the process of locking those guests down. We'll be announcing shortly. So make sure you guys get those tickets. how do I pronounce it again? Ogunquit?
A gun quit.
A gun quit.
A gun quit?
A gun quit.
It's like
It's
a
getting
gun quit.
Okay. A
3
gun
words.
quit, Maine,
Yep.
New York
Sold
City, Red Bank, and Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
So we'll see you there, guys. Make
Yep.
sure you buy the tickets. And that's
Very
right around the
exciting.
corner. Very, very exciting. Yeah, Memorial Day weekend is next
Summer's
week.
here.
which
Summer's here, folks.
No, it is. It's
Summer is here.
really snuck up. Like Memorial
Yeah.
Day weekend is literally next weekend.
Yep.
You know, I always think Memorial Day weekend is the last weekend of May. It's not. It
No,
never is. It's the
it's-
second to last weekend
Yeah,
of May.
and it just depends on like the
Or I guess it depends.
yeah, and you got a funky like just the way it panned out is like a little bit. By the time May 31st comes around, you kind of think like, oh, you got a whole extra weekend that first weekend in
Yeah.
between Memorial Day weekend and those shows.
Yeah. Well, I've canceled all my plans for Joey's birthday. So
Yeah.
no invite to Disneyland, which I thought after discussing this publicly.
Uh-huh.
I think if you said,
And-
"Can I go?" He would be like, "Yeah."
No,
that'd be
right.
awesome.
I mean, I don't think we could fit it in.
Right. I don't think he was like, let me have the girls fly to LA
To go to Disneyland.
Disneyland. Memorial Day weekend.
Did you see today? He
I have no Memorial Day weekend plans.
he
So
posted from the gym, like,
I saw.
and he was like,
I saw.
getting
Well-
ready. He said something about like getting the engine ready.
I think
Yeah.
he's going to be running in the Venice Beach Marathon this weekend.
Thank God. Thank God.
Wait, is it a marathon or a half
No,
marathon?
thank God. A half marathon. Thank
half
God
mare.
people are on top of this. A half-thon. They are. It's a first ever.
The
Inaugural.
first ever. It's an
Venice
inaugural.
Beach.
It's almost like they made it for him.
It actually is.
I thought the same thing. I thought, wow, they made
Did he
this just
start
for
it?
Joey. They must have
the
saw
Joe
his
Grande
list.
half marathon.
Yeah. A year ago, they saw the list and they saw rollerblading in Venice Beach and they saw half marathon and they thought, perfect opportunity.
Yep.
Let's lock it in. And I think that's more likely than him running the half marathon Michigan on his birthday.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
Yep.
maybe he'll go to Disneyland
Yep.
on his birthday or like the week. No, I can't see him spending Memorial. Okay,
He's got
the fact that we are back
got-
on this.
no, I
like
know.
I'm
He's
sorry.
got time though. Like he could go to Disneyland on Tuesday. You
Well,
know?
yeah, no. If he runs the half marathon this weekend,
Yeah.
here's the thing: he can't get. How's he going to rollerblade in Venice Beach before the marathon? He can't get hurt before
Right.
the marathon.
Right,
But
right.
he's going to be so tired after. How's he gonna rollerblade after?
He'll put those blades on.
The
and
rollerblading takes like that could
Yeah.
take like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not like he has to go a certain distance.
Cop
he could
out.
go. He could go one side.
What do you want him to
He
do?
could go
Do
to
like
the
a
sidewalk.
backflip?
He should do the half
Yeah.
marathon in the rollerblades. Imagine that's
That
what he
would be-
does. Wow, that would be
Yeah.
iconic.
Probably be way easier.
Probably.
but
Yeah, he's maybe debating that, but yeah, and
yeah,
he has to
I
golf.
think that's probably illegal in
You know
the
what?
running community.
He's probably for his birthday. He's probably golfing at Pebble Beach.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Yeah.
A little birthday
Yes.
gift.
yes.
Pebble Beach action.
That
his
sounds-
dream thing
that
to do on his
sounds-
birthday would be to
yeah.
golf at Pebble Beach on his birthday.
Yeah.
A little
That sounds
Saturday
more
afternoon.
likely.
Saturday
I wonder
early
what
morning.
like
7,
hour
8.
of the day he was born. Is he like getting that exact? Like, what if he was born in the morning and then he's golfing at night? Technically, you missed it.
Yeah. I think it would be rare
Right.
for him to be golfing at night because normally you don't
Yeah, not
golf
night,
at
but,
night.
like,
but-
if he was born like at like
Listen, I think his birthday's on Saturday, right? That's the 24th.
yeah.
It might be a Friday 7 a.m. tea time, so that like he did it before 30, because Saturday he will be 30. So it wouldn't be before; it would be on his 30th.
Yeah.
And once again, we find ourselves in this position talking about
No,
this.
look, he made it. It's down to the wire, and it was smart because it got everybody interested. It's not like he knocked these all out fast, and it was like, oh, he did it all. It's like, no, we're down to the end.
He sort of was inspiring me to create a 30 before 30 list, but I'm turning 28.
Yeah,
hey, I'm 29.
So, yeah, but you only have a couple months left.
yeah. I was gonna say you only have so much time.
I would have 2 years to complete it, which just
October.
feels like a
Mid-
little.
I mean, you really only have like
Mid-October.
four-ish months.
We should create a list for you to do this summer. We create a list for
Yeah,
you,
you
and you have to
should.
complete a bunch of tasks before you turn 30. Ooh, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm gonna work on that.
All right.
Yeah, cool. We'll work on that.
cool.
All right, let's get into the rest of the topics for today. We're going to be talking about no good. Taylor Swift.
Oh,
Baldoni's lawyers are claiming that Blake Lively was threatening Taylor
Not
Swift to
good.
take her side publicly in this little public
Not
fight.
good.
Not good. Apparently, Justin Bieber was broke before selling his catalog and owes a lot of people money. Chris Brown arrested for some more violence. Not shocking. Spring
Sorry,
Breakers.
I should not have laughed at that.
Yeah, no, I actually thought in my head,
I should not have laughed at
Why
that.
did Fran
I don't
laugh
know,
at
but
that?
it's just the way you went violence. You just said
well, he's
you're
a
right.
violent
You're
person.
not wrong.
And
You're not wrong.
It's just like,
You're
why
not
do
wrong.
people continue to be
Correct.
shocked by that?
Yep.
Spring Breakers 2 announced with Bella Thorne, the perfect person to cast in Spring Breakers, actually. And Max is going back to HBO Max. And
What a roller coaster.
really, what a roller coaster of names. And we had the popcorners and trivia. So this is a stacked episode, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get right into it.
They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets. These days, you gotta sign up for the pre-sale. Get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are already probably gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for us, we have Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down the closer it gets to showtime. I have been looking at all the summer shows. We got Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Jonas Brothers, Gracie Abrams, so many great shows coming to New York that I have my eyes on, or, obviously coming to a city near you. We're getting closer to those Beyonce New York City dates, so if you are looking for tickets, check out Game Time. I've been looking, like I said, all different shows this summer. I can't wait. Hopefully I go see Gracie Abrams. And also, we got playoffs going on, basketball, hockey. If you're looking to see your favorite team play, what are you waiting for? It is time to buy those tickets now. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code CHICKS for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code CHICKS for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.
Not good. Not good. Justin Baldoni's lawyers are claiming that Blake Lively threatened Taylor Swift to take her side publicly amidst this battle.
Yeah,
Now, let me tell you, that's no good.
that is.
Blake Lively's camp is denying this
hardcore.
wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Something about it makes me believe that she's got to be involved somehow. And not like, what? What are you laughing at?
Because how are you speaking right now? It's like
I'm
there's
very,
the inflections.
because this is big.
Yeah.
You don't think this
No,
is big? I'll tone it down.
No, it's not it's making me laugh.
I'll tone it down for a minute.
I say
I will.
this is a big deal.
I'm going to tone it down. I'll talk in a calmer voice.
No, you don't have to.
I think Blake Lively got her bestie into this mess, and Taylor wanted nothing to do with this. And I think Blake Lively dragged her bestie, her dragon,
Yeah.
into this little mess. And somebody's got to pull her out of it. We need Tree Payne on the case. You got to get Taylor Swift's name out of Baldoni's lawyer's mouth, out of Blake Lively's mouth, out of Ryan Reynolds' mouth. Get it out.
Yeah.
Toxic. Something toxic in the air. Something happened. And it's no good that her name is being brought up. It's no good. And I could bet money that she is not happy with this.
100%.
And it's got to strain the friendship.
Yeah.
I don't care what. At this point, a little
Yeah.
while back, we were like, they're best friends. Maybe they can get past it. This has got to be
Can
straining
she
the friendship.
disown her godchildren?
Oh, no.
No,
that's
I don't think
dark.
she
It's
would.
not the children's
I don't
fault.
think she wouldn't do it to the children.
Yeah,
Not the
my-
children,
My
Vince.
God, it's not the children's fault.
It's for the children, Vince.
Seriously.
No.
Vince,
It's for the children. Don't put the children into this. It has nothing to do with the children.
Write the check, Vince.
I just watched that episode the other night. Matt Damon sobbing on the side. He's like, it's for the kids.
That will never not be funny.
It's so funny every time. It's for the kids, Vince.
If I come across that clip, I watch it. I watch the whole thing every time. Every
It's
single
so
time.
funny. But
no.
sorry, I'll calm it down.
Yeah.
It's just like,
I do
leave
think
the
I
kids
do
out
fall
of it.
into this camp that they are using
You think Baldoni's using the Taylor's name? I think Blake
I think
Lively.
Baldoni's lawyers are trying to throw Taylor Swift into this as much as possible.
I mean,
it gets eyeballs, it gets press, it gets
does get
stories.
eyeballs and stories, but like there has to be some truth to this. Like with like
I just don't know what person close to Taylor Swift is calling up fucking Brian Friedman and being like, listen up, I got the scoop for you. Like, this is what the Brian Friedman in this new claim wrote. This is the from the filing. On February 14, 2025, I received a voicemail from a person very closely linked to Taylor Swift, whom I subsequently called back the same day. Out of respect for the individual in question, I am not identifying them at this time. However, should the court direct me to do so, I will comply with the court's order. So, like, what? It's like,
What if
I'm
Taylor's
not
trying
saying,
to
but
get
if
this
they
out?
make me say, I'll say it. During the February 14th phone call, which lasted approximately 1 hour, the speaker told me that they had been informed that J. Douglas Baldridge, counsel for Taylor Swift and a partner at Venable LLP, had received a phone call from Michael Gottlieb, counsel for Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, during which Mr. Gottlieb requested on Miss Lively's behalf that Taylor Swift make a social media statement in support of Miss Lively given her absence from the Super Bowl that year, and stated that if Miss Swift failed to do so, Miss Lively would release, quote, 10 years, a private text with Miss Swift. The individual also told me that they had been informed that Mr. Baldridge had accused Mr. Gottlieb of extortion and ended the call. That, I mean, I'm sorry. This feels far-fetched to me in a way that, like, this is supposedly your best friend, godmother of your children.
mm-hmm.
And you're having your lawyer call her lawyer. Not even a conversation between the two individuals on their own. We're going lawyers to be like, you better make your client post this and say this, or else I'm releasing all these text messages.
But maybe because they're not on the best speaking terms. I
don't know. That's crazy.
After seeing the text message that Blake Lively sent calling Taylor Swift her dragon, I can't put anything past using Taylor Swift's name after she did use Taylor's name in a text referring to her as her dragon. Like, she was basically being like, yeah, Taylor's one of my bitches. Like, that's basically what she was saying. Like, Taylor's one of my bitches and she's gonna do what I ask of her. Whether that's true or not, I don't think Taylor Swift does anything she doesn't want to do.
Yeah.
She has proven that. I feel bad for Taylor in the situation that her name is getting thrown around all over the place, where she probably wants nothing to do with this and wants to stay far, far away. She wanted to throw her song in It Ends With Us for her friend and walk away from the movie hands clean. I don't think she wanted anything to do with this. So I feel bad that Taylor's name is being thrown around in this little mess.
I know. And I just don't like, I very much, like, I could absolutely see Blake wanting Taylor to post something on social media in support of her. Like, 100%, I could totally see that being the case. If you have Taylor Swift as a friend and you're going through it, you're like, yeah, that would be nice. I just think the 10 years extortion, like, I will release 10 years of text messages, feels so extreme, and just like, I just can't. I don't know. I just can't wrap my mind around that. Like, it's no matter how bad it gets, it's not like, oh, what's Blake gonna do? She's gonna say, here, my followers, Taylor's not doing what I want her to do, so here's all these text messages.
Yeah, that would
like,
look
what?
really...
That does not work for Blake at all.
No, that would look really bad. So that's why I think that there's parts of this that are true and parts that are untrue. Like, yeah. I could see parts of it being true, and then the parts of, like, if Blake is going to release 10 years worth of text messages, that part of it not really being realistic.
Crazy. That would be crazy.
That would be crazy. But I just think, like, once you read a text message that, like, she's claiming Taylor Swift as her dragon, you can't put it past the fact that she would be using Taylor's name for other things.
Yeah. And then once again, back to, like, the fact that there's a source close to Taylor left Brian Friedman a voicemail. I just, like, it feels all very fishy to me. A lawyer for Blake calls the allegation, quote, categorically false.
When someone says categorically false, what do they mean by that? Like some parts of it are false, or
No,
like
it
this
is.
whole thing
the
is
whole,
the
every
whole thing
single part of it false.
Okay.
Yeah. After pushback from Lively and Ryan Reynolds and a subpoena issued to Venable, the law firm that represents Swift, Baldoni's lawyers responded in a letter to the judge on Wednesday arguing why they believe the subpoena is necessary in the case. The Lively defendants insistent that the subpoena seeks irrelevant information is wrong, writes Brian Freeman in the letter. Freeman, that's what I said. Highly likely to have a reliable information, according to the letter. The anonymous source alleged that Lively asked Swift to delete text messages. Another allegation included in the letter suggests Lively's attorney contacted Swift's attorney, like I just said, as well as intimating that if Ms. Swift refused to do so, text would be released. It's just, yeah, crazy. In a statement to People, Lively's attorney, Gottlieb, says, this categorically false. We unequivocally deny all of these so-called allegations, which are cowardly, sourced to supposed anonymous sources, and completely untethered from reality. This is what we have come to expect from the Wayfarer Party's lawyers, who appear to love nothing more than shooting first without any evidence and with no care for the people they are harming in the process. We will imminently file motions with the court to hold these attorneys accountable for their misconduct here. So there you go.
Just every time something more comes out about this little battle, it's like, oh gosh, these two people
crazy.
have to be really regretting ever making this movie.
Yeah.
They just gotta be thinking to themselves, why the fuck did I make this movie?
No.
And
there's
it's
like
butterfly, the butterfly effect on TikTok.
Yeah.
If I didn't make this movie, I wouldn't be.
And if Colleen, which by the way, a lot of people use that wrong, but
They do. Oh my God. The way that people have
butterfly
been.
effect is like, oh, if something happens far away, not related to you, then that affects your life in a different place.
Well, no, butterfly effect is like if you miss your train and then this happens and then that happens and then there's all these string of that. It's like, it's.
But it would be like,
no, it's
your
like a
dad like bumped into this guy who knew your mom and then they got met. Like, so like that type of thing where it's like you wouldn't have been born if this guy didn't introduce your parents.
But it's just like farther down the, like, it's
It's
people
like
really
small,
use it.
Yeah, it's a small initial changes in a system can lead to large, unpredictable things over time.
Yeah.
So it's like, but the way that people are using it on TikTok is like, if this never happened, then, and you're like, what?
And it's just like
That's
one
not
thing.
the
It's just
butterfly
like,
effect.
oh, that's just one thing.
Like, if I didn't say yes to this date, we wouldn't be married.
No, that's
yeah,
correct.
no,
You
that's
wouldn't.
not the butterfly
No,
effect.
no.
That's just like what happened.
Yeah. Colleen Hoover's got like a few other projects in production right now.
She does.
She must be
And
on the
right
at the edge of her seat every day.
Anne Hathaway, that one wrapped up with Verity. Now Rudy Pankow.
Yeah. They're doing Remember
from Outer Banks is
November 9th
Memories
or
of Him, Reminders of
Him. Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, so he's able to be a love interest in another movie, but he couldn't be a love interest in Outer Banks because of his girlfriend, like these deep Outer Banks
I don't know.
rumors.
There's
Did you see that?
But I think she and her
girlfriend broke up. I was gonna say.
Yeah. So I don't.
So now we're going into the next season,
Right.
we lost him, but now her and her girlfriend broke up, and things could have been okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if any of these rumors are true.
Yeah.
I don't think that.
I don't even know. Like, I
confirmed
just remember seeing somewhere that they like unfollowed each other. And that was all I saw.
And then Madeline Klein unfollowed and posted like the fire, walking away from the fire thing on her story, and then deleted that. She's been really active on TikTok lately. Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
I do enjoy it, but it's very clear that she's a Gabby Windy fan, which she did mention in her TikTok. She did mention that she's a Gabby Windy fan,
She's
but
pulling inspo from Gabby Windy.
1000%. Her cadence in some of them very
similar,
Gabby Windy, which is fun. That could be her personality too. But then in the next TikTok I saw, she mentioned how she like is a fan, and I was like, okay, this is making a ton of sense because in certain aspects the cadence is overlapping there. But as for back to Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni, Taylor Swift, I mean, you just got to imagine that at some point Tree Payne, she might throw out a statement herself. Maybe.
Yeah, they did at
it's
the end of last week for the subpoena in general. They were just like, this is just she's had literally nothing to do with the film at all, nothing to do with these people besides like she didn't even see the film until it came out. There's other song. There's 19 other artists that worked in the song.
You know what I
and
love?
that was it. Like it was like a mic drop. Like that was the whole statement.
I loved how they mentioned she didn't even see the film until weeks after it came out.
Like, sorry, she was on a global tour.
Not just like she saw it when it came out. I was like,
No.
by the way, she didn't even see this film when it premiered.
Yeah.
She actually waited weeks or months to see this movie.
Exactly.
It wasn't even at the top of her list.
No.
So yeah, the battle will continue, and they will keep regretting that they ever did this movie in their life. That is definitely for sure. Moving on, Justin Bieber, who's still posted a ton on Instagram. He had a couple of Mother's Day posts that ended up getting deleted, and then he was like,
He
Haley,
said fuck Mother's Day, right?
Yeah.
Or Mother's Day sucks.
Yeah, he was like, fuck Mother's Day, da da. And it's like Haley's first Mother's Day. So everyone was like, are you fucking serious? Like, this guy, time and time again, embarrasses his wife on social media, whether he means to or not, he does. But then it switched. Then he was like, at Haley, meet me in the theater room. And everyone was like, what's going down in the theater room? What is she wearing to the theater room? What's happening? Then he posted pictures of her. He posted, he got a mariachi band. They were drinking margaritas and celebrating Mother's Day. And now he's begging
Post about the lip.
he's
lip phone
begging.
case.
He's begging Haley to approve the design to hold the joiner blunt in his phone case because she has patent and
which, by the way, genius.
Very genius. And he's like, please let me use this, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually really funny. He posted a picture of him holding Jack, their child, with the dogs, and he's like feeding Jack. And then the next picture he posted was like huge bong on his lap. Like he's just like switcheroony. It's like, all right, switch
and
around.
Like no like care. To be like, hey, maybe I shouldn't post this right after
just
like a picture of my son.
Right.
You
It's
know?
like one moment the baby's in his lap, the next the bong's in his lap.
Right. To not be like, I'm like high all the time.
No, it seems like it's 24/7.
So TMZ,
and I'm speaking from somebody who's been there, you know, like I used to smoke all the time.
yeah, you didn't have a child.
No, I didn't have a child, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't good for the brain.
TMZ is making a new documentary, What Happened. TMZ investigates what happened to Justin Bieber. It's now available on Hulu. Part of their investigation was that they were digging into Justin's money problems. They claim that Justin Bieber made somewhere between $500 million and $1 billion as the world's biggest pop star, but he blew it all and ended up in such dire financial shape that he had to sell his music catalog for $200 million. People on Justin's side,
200? I thought it was 300.
No, he did 200.
200.
Oh, was it Justin Timberlake that was 300?
People on Justin's
Zach
side.
Bryan just sold us for
Usher
$350.
maybe Usher did his too. People on Justin's side told us he was on the verge of financial collapse back in 2022, so much that he felt he had to sell the rights to his music that December. We're told Justin's manager, Scooter Braun, tried to tell him it was a bad idea to sell so early in his career and to at least wait until January 2023 to get a tax break, but Justin didn't want to wait, so he sold it in December. Lots of artists have sold their catalogs, but Justin's by far the youngest to do it, and we're told being broke had a lot to do with his decision. The documentary also explores his, other elements of his life. It's kind of, the article is kind of like a tease, like, hey, watch the documentary. But it did feel like he got himself into some issues where they, maybe he owed people money and he just spent it all at a rapid rate.
So do we think Haley is the breadwinner now?
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Has to be.
Yeah.
Has to be.
She's probably making...
What's he doing right now?
Nothing.
Like, what's his active...
Besides
watching the Maple
smoking
Leafs.
weed 24/7.
What's his... what's his active income right now?
He's got to be down bad with the Maple Leafs blowing the series, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, it's not over yet.
Yeah, I know,
But yeah.
I mean, his new clothing line or whatever looks awful. Like, let's not act like it's cute.
And apparently he does owe Scooter millions of dollars.
Do you think Scooter's cutting him a break?
No.
Do you think Scooter's like...
Scooter Braun doesn't seem like the cutting a break type.
He doesn't.
You're right. You're right. That was a dumb question by me.
An independent audit conducted by PwC over a period of 6 months found that the pop star owes Scooter Braun more than $8,806,000. Wait, hold on. $8,806,000 per documents obtained by TMZ Wednesday. The audit was reportedly completed in April. Source tells Page 6 that the money owed stemmed from a loan the mogul made to Bieber over debt accrued due to his canceled tour. He stepped in to help him, the insider exclusively told us, but he has not paid him back, it appears.
Listen.
Yep. I mean, yeah, he lost a lot of fucking money when they ended that tour.
Yeah.
And then the tour just didn't happen and all those other things that has gone down. And there's been no new music. He's not... doing other things.
Am I becoming judgmental of Justin
Road's
Bieber?
flying
Yes.
off the shelves, you know?
Yeah, I'm becoming judgmental
But I
of
mean,
Justin
he's
Bieber's
like, how can you not?
Instagram and stuff. Like, no, because I was trying to give
I think
him,
that's a pretty...
I was trying to cut him, like, give him some grace.
I was going to say, I think that's a pretty mild statement.
Right. Yeah, I acted like that was like the hottest of takes. It's not a hot take. Everyone's judging it.
Yeah.
I just was trying to give him some grace for a little bit because I was like, maybe he's really going through something.
No,
but like time and time again, he just he embarrasses Haley. Like, I am rooting for her to leave him.
Now that's a hot take.
I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah. That's a hot take.
I don't know if I actually mean
I don't
that.
know if you think that. You're literally their biggest fan. Let's take it back 3-4 years.
No, but I was.
Yeah.
Like a huge
yeah.
Haley and Justin fan. But like, if this is the way he's going to treat her.
What do you think he's doing that's so bad to her?
Embarrassing her all the time.
He's just like the way he posts.
He's constantly embarrassing her.
But also, like,
it's just,
it seems like if he's irresponsible, like, financially, too. Like,
I mean, I don't really mean that. Like, I was just saying that for shock factor, I guess. They just had a baby.
I called you mild and you got upset by that.
Yeah, and I said, well, you know what? I hope she leaves his ass.
Leaves him tomorrow.
Yeah, I felt like I just had to like one up you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, they just had a baby together. I hope they can work it out.
Yeah.
I'm not rooting for that. But I mean, like, do I think she can maybe thrive without him? Yes. Because right now, like, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, this is what she wanted.
Yeah.
So this is what's going to happen. But I just feel like nothing, like everything he shows, he seems like the most immature person on the planet. Like, you know, when people used to lust over Justin Bieber? That lust is...
I had a whole Justin Bieber wall.
No, I know, but
Took
like...
my head floor to ceiling.
I was thinking about this literally 2 nights ago. I was stalking his Instagram and I was like, there is zero lust for Justin Bieber left.
Yeah.
There's none.
Yeah. I don't feel it anymore at all.
It's like it's just not there. You know? Everything he's displaying is just like, it's not there.
Yeah.
So, how about that for some hot takes? Yeah. Speaking of not hot takes, but it reminded me when you said music and baby, Rihanna pregnant again. Yes. I mean, these little busy bees, I'm just obsessed with them. And let me just say how good A$AP Rocky looked at the Met Gala. Like, I don't think people were talking about it enough, that he looked unbelievable. I texted you that, and then you told me your brother met him on the street.
Yeah,
which
right outside my apartment.
Really? That was the most for me.
Yeah, that one was worth me texting you.
Not that I would have ever been in the situation where I would have met him outside your apartment. Like, I don't know why I would have been there, but maybe I would have. I don't know.
I missed him by literally 5 minutes. I was walking
maybe I would have
back from the office to my apartment.
Maybe I would have came with you for some reason. It's happened before and run into him. But besides the point, he looked so good and Rihanna looked so good. And I'm like, these two just can't stop making babies. And
people are joking about the Drake song where he dissed him and he said you probably should go have another kid again before you drop like more music, and
he's
exactly
like, I'm gonna do that.
Saying.
Yeah, no, but it just makes me so happy for them. I'm like, see that those two thriving,
you know, thriving.
Those two are thriving.
Bunny rabbits.
They can't stop, and I love it. Good for them. People are like, we're never getting this damn Rihanna music.
No, well, now she's gonna do music for Smurfs.
So the funniest the comments.
Smurfs only. She only makes music for her kids.
The comments that I see, they're like, A$AP, get off her. Like, literally kill me. Like, get off her. She needs to make more music. Love it, though. I was beaming with happiness.
Yeah, no, the pictures were amazing.
A Met Gala announcement. Love. Absolutely love.
Funny you bring it up. On the other side of it, Chris Brown not doing so hot.
Never
not doing so hot.
I can't believe we even still talk about Chris Brown, but
I know, and I feel
are.
like there's honestly been, have you been following with the news in the last couple of days, there's been some tough stories. You know, Halle Bailey had to file a restraining order against DDG.
No good.
That looked really bad. I mean, everything. If we have been following along, but it's a lot to look at, and honestly, it's a lot to read and a lot to hear about the Diddy case. A lot. Like, Cassie said, like, everything she said, now she's getting cross-examined. Like, it's It's crazy.
It is crazy, and we said we wanted to do a deep dive on that. I think maybe Monday.
Yeah,
we
it's just dark.
It's dark.
Very
it's crazy.
sexually
and
violent.
It is, and we also feel like we need like a professional to talk about it with us because when all this legal stuff is involved and it's this serious and we're talking about it, I feel like an idiot sometimes.
It does.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like I want to know more. Like it is serious, and I want to like actually learn about it in the correct way.
Yeah.
So we will dive into it at a later date.
And Chris Brown was arrested for allegedly smashing tequila bottle over a music producer's head at a nightclub.
Classy.
He was arrested early Thursday morning in Manchester for allegedly hitting music producer Abe Diao with a tequila bottle at a London nightclub. Oh, in 2023.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Huh. Why now he gets arrested?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they just got the footage.
Maybe he just got back in the UK. The Metropolitan Police told The Sun that Chris Brown was detained at the 5-star Lowry Hotel on suspicion of causing grievous bodily harm. It says he's been taken into custody where he remains. The arrest relates to an incident at a venue in Hanover Square on February 19th, 2023. The investigation is being led by detectives from the Central West Area Basic Command Unit. Page 6 reached out to his team for a comment. In October 2023, the music producer filed a lawsuit against Brown, claiming the New Flame crooner had assaulted him 8 months prior. Oh yeah, then he talks about hitting him over the head with the bottle of Don Julio. The two-time Grammy winner then allegedly proceeded to ruthlessly stomp on him and kick him in the back of the neck, knocking him unconscious for 30 seconds.
Yep,
is what he claims. He also claimed that the crushing blow sent him to the hospital with lacerations on his head and torn ligaments in his leg. The music executive also claimed in the filing that Brown had partaken in defamatory conduct by spreading false rumors about him and his clients after the incident. The pop star has had several run-ins with the law over the course of his 20-year career. Yeah, we know that. Yes.
We are aware.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I mean, obviously that this was all happened years ago, and he filed this complaint and everything at the end of 2023, and he's being arrested for it now. I don't know why.
Well, maybe he finally went back.
Right. It's like, now you're there.
He's in England, and they're like, we got him.
Yeah, we got him.
I don't know. I mean, it's just like, the headline is Chris Brown's a piece of shit. Shocking.
Right.
You know, Chris Brown violently abuses somebody. People still like support Chris Brown.
Make a million excuses for him. Yeah.
It's crazy. No, they always do. They're like, Rihanna forgave him.
But he's a good dancer.
Like, yeah. Oh my God, he's a great dancer.
Yeah.
And they're like, Rihanna forgave him. It's like, well, we don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he's this track record. He's insane.
Yeah. Not good.
So he never learns his lesson.
No.
I don't think this one will be the one to make him learn either. Huge news. Max is now going back to HBO Max. And
they keep playing with us. They just keep playing with us
with my heart.
Over there at HBO.
Yeah, I mean, well, why did they change it in the first place? They must be asking themselves. We made a dumb decision.
They have been making good jokes about it. I'll give them that.
Did you see there was a report, and I don't know if it's fully true, that it was just like one executive, like one high executive who was like, we're changing to Max. And everyone was like, all the research is like, don't do this.
Yeah.
This makes no sense. And he just did it. And now they're like going back.
There was no reason to do it. It confused everybody. It confused all generations of people. That
HBO Go was fine.
HBO Go, a throwback.
HBO Go.
I wish.
HBO Go, HBO Max, back to HBO Max.
I wish it just stayed HBO Go.
HBO Go has a much better ring, in my opinion.
Andy Cohen had a crazy joke on Watch What Happens Live last night where he said it was like Jackhole of the day, and it was HBO Max changing their name, and he was like, anybody who changes their name or anything that changes their name this many times, no good. And then it was a picture of Diddy. And I was like, ooh, yeah. And he was like, too soon. But no, it's true. It could have just been HBO Go, and everyone would have just like been okay with their lives, and we would have just carried on, and nobody would have ever thought, oh, HBO Go needs to change their name. And then they went to HBO Max.
It's also you have HBO is like known for
like HBO is known for HBO.
No, they're like we're gonna bring the name back because the name is so iconic. It's like, yeah. So what you got? You absolutely dumped it. You dumped it down the trash.
Just go back
like
to the
2
beginning,
years
though.
ago.
2022. Go back to the beginning though. Just go back to HBO Go.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna dump it all together.
X should do this. They should be like, you know what? We're going back to Twitter.
Yeah, I mean,
because no one stopped calling it HBO.
No, I
really.
call it Twitter. Like,
Yeah.
but
HBO. Yeah, I feel
HBO
like I
Max.
was maybe just getting around to calling it Max. I will say.
right when you get comfortable.
Yeah. Like I feel like recently I've been like, oh, that's on Max.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'll go back to HBO Max. It sounds way better.
Yeah. Or just HBO.
Like Max for a streaming service makes no sense.
no.
It needs you. Why would you not want the HBO name in it?
Like arguably.
That would be like Netflix changing
Yeah.
to something else.
Right.
Just flicks.
Not yet.
Not even like Mac. Where did Max come from?
Netflix changed it. They'd just be like, they have to change it to something just like,
next Noah.
yeah.
Like, it would be like, what? It's just a name.
Good choice.
They changed it to just like strong. Like it's just
Yeah.
like Max, like
Right.
power. They changed theirs to power.
well, Power is
It's
a show.
yes. It is a show, but it's not a streaming service. But it could be.
It could be, yeah.
That's streaming on Power.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
This is the correct decision, although it's an embarrassing decision. Like when you have to go back, when you have to change your name, like go back and do the whole thing, it's like
Yeah.
it's just a little embarrassing.
No, it is.
Like they have to be a little
You
embarrassed.
tuck your hair behind your ears and you're like, we're sorry. We made you all switch
Yeah.
to Max. I don't know why we thought that was a good idea. HBO obviously has all the notoriety, like all the name recognition, all the famed history and the amazing programs that they have produced in the past. We're going to bring it back. And it's like, now what are we supposed to like applaud for them? To bring it back?
Yeah, no applaud. It's basically them raising their hands, being like, yeah, we're idiots.
Yep.
And we fucked up and we're really
Yeah.
dumb for doing this.
Yeah.
We're a little embarrassed about it, but we're just going to act like this never happened and we're all going to go back to calling it HBO Max, okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
I do appreciate their social team making a lot of jokes and memes out of it.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of TikToks. There's been a lot of jokes.
they have to.
They have to, and which is the appropriate way to handle this.
It is because it's just I saw it on our account actually get announced and I laughed out loud.
Yeah.
I almost commented LMAO in capital letters because I thought it was that funny that this was happening.
That they're back. Yeah.
That they are back.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's the correct decision and maybe they'll even go back to HBO Go at some point.
Maybe.
I
Let's
still
just keep moving
have both
backwards.
apps. Like I still have HBO Max. Like
You have HBO Go on your computer?
no HBO
I
Max.
still have it on like my
I have
Apple
HBO
TV.
Max and I still have
Oh.
HBO Go on like one of my old iPads.
Yeah.
So it's like,
right.
well, now do I just go back to? Can I just click HBO Max now? Like, what's going on?
That's a good question. No,
How
that
many
app's
apps do I
probably
need
gone.
to delete and re-download?
Now Max will just re-update and it'll
it's
change
taking
it back
up
to
my
HBO Max.
my
all your storage.
my storage is all taken up from HBO apps. Calm down,
oh man.
HBO. Seriously, the best streaming service though. So
Yeah,
it's like,
that's great stuff.
but that's why I'm confused because I'm like, could they be struggling? They have the best shows. Could they be struggling so much they have to change their name?
No,
back?
they're not. I think it was just. I think it was like we gotta put HBO.
They're
back
definitely
in.
going to raise the price like in a week.
Now that it's HBO
Yeah.
again, they're like, well, we're HBO again, so the branding is going to cost more, and we need more
I
money.
wouldn't be surprised by that.
And last topic, Spring Breakers 2 was announced. Nobody really enjoyed the first one, so I don't know.
I kind of don't think that's true.
You think people liked the first one?
I won't say that I
I-
like loved it, but I enjoyed it.
Personally,
Yeah.
I liked the first one, but majority of the world hated Spring Break.
I
Spring
feel like
Breakers.
that was the case when it came out, and now maybe enough time has passed that people are like coming around
It's
on
like
it.
Jennifer's Body.
Yes, and like the younger generation is like, you know what? We actually fuck with Spring Breakers.
Spring Break.
Spring Break. So they're making
That was just stuck in your head.
It was. Spring Breakers Salvation Mountain comes from the producers of the 2012 original. All new cast, including Bella Thorne and new director. And it's going to be, let's see, is this captured reasons launching sales in Cannes. Alongside Thorne, it will star Ariel Martin, Grace Van Dien, and True Whitaker. The four are set to play a group of rebellious girls who hit the road for spring break in a crime thriller described as a bold new ride for Gen Z. But as per the synopsis, when their trip explodes out of control, they're forced to outrun the chaos they've created.
I can just tell I'm going to hate this movie. I just can't, like, when they, like, if something is mentioned where it's like, like Gen Z, you know, like they have to like
Just the Gen Z version of something that's already been made.
Yeah, because you know that it's
we're
going to be
taking
like
Spring Breakers and we're making the Gen Z version.
because you know they're going to do some like over the top like TikTok stuff and like
you think
and like it's going to be too like they're going to be talking in terms.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to be talking like from words from the dictionary. They're just going to be talking in made up terms out loud. You know, because, you know, like movies try to
do... things are going to be Gen Z slang.
Yeah, no, that's what they're going to do, though. I could picture it because sometimes there's new movies that come out where they do that. And it's like, why? You're like, I actually don't even think they really talk like this.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, ooh, we're trying to be cool and we think this is how they talk, but they don't actually talk that way. And then it just ruins the movie. So the way that it was described, I was like, you know.
Fair. Very fair. But we'll see.
The original was a stacked cast.
It was.
But besides the fact of James Franco.
Yeah, right.
I mean.
Well, for the ladies, you know.
Yeah. For the ladies, it was great.
Yeah. I mean, at the time, he was a big name.
He was.
No,
I mean,
100%.
James Franco.
I mean, he's a big name, but.
He is a huge name, but like, he really, you know.
You got Vanessa Hudgens, Selena, Ashley Benson.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were all killing it.
They were.
And
they were.
Let
me tell you, this is the perfect movie to cast Bella Thorne in.
For sure. It was one of those movies, though, like I was like embarrassed to say that I really liked.
Yeah.
When it first came out.
That's fair. Because people love to make fun of it, for sure.
They were like, this is the worst movie in the entire world.
Yeah.
And I would like watch it secretly actually, on my DVD player.
What do you think it got on Rotten Tomatoes? Because I checked this the other day and I was kind of surprised.
64.
56.
67. Like, that's like pretty high.
That's really not bad at all. It's not bad at all. No, I really do. I feel like I'm getting this because I was looking at the comments on the Chicks in the Office post about it.
Mm-hmm.
And like there was a lot of people being like, you know, if you watch the original back, like it's actually really a great movie, like the production, the blah 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 blah, you know, like the whole, you know, now everyone's coming back around.
It ages better.
Yeah. So but that's it, I think.
All right, that wraps up the topics. It is Truly season. Summer is here, which means it's finally the return of the Truly Pool Party Pack. Everyone's favorite summer drink lineup is back with 4 refreshing limited edition flavors. You get the Peach Plunge, Strawberry Kiwi Splash, Blood Orange Bliss, and Red, White, and True. It's perfect for the pool, the party, and everything in between. Nice little pool party. Maybe you're sitting on the beach. Maybe you're just sitting in your backyard and there's no pool involved and you're just having a couple Trulies. Maybe you're on a boat somewhere. It's perfect for all different occasions with the summer coming up, especially if it's one thing or another with the pool party in between. So you can find Truly Hard Seltzer and the new limited time only Pool Party Pack at a store near you or located at trulyhardseltzer.com. Welcome back to the Pop Corner, where we are taking your voicemails, your pop culture opinions, your hot takes, advice, whatever you want to talk about. Let's get into it. Play that first in voicemail, Noah.
Hi, Ria, Fran, and Noah. This is Katie from Maine, and I have a hot take on Love Island. And that is, do you think Casa Amor is overplayed and overdone? My fiance and I disagree. I think it's kind of overdone. It's predictable. They all know it's coming. But he thinks it's a necessary twist. I also kind of liked what they did with Love Island Australia. They did Hotel Amor, which I thought was a different kind of take. So do you think there's something that they could do differently, a different kind of twist? Let me know what you think. Bye.
I disagree. I think Casa Amor is so necessary.
It's a must.
And I actually didn't like Hotel Amor for Australia.
I did.
I thought it was fine, but I was a little bored by it because I wanted them to mingle with a lot of other people and just not just one other person. I mean, we did get some drama out of it, of course.
Yeah.
But only like one couple. Like everyone else was whatever. I think Casa Amor is so necessary. Yeah. And even though we know what happens every time, it's like, well, that's why we need it, because these people need to be tested.
Absolutely.
And they are tested and they fail every time.
Absolutely. I agree. And I feel like there are maybe some other ways and things to like spice up the Casa Amor experience, or like a couple twists that haven't been done yet. But it, as a staple, that kind of thing must happen.
It has to happen.
It must.
I wholeheartedly disagree with that I'm over it.
Because
I look forward to it every single time.
There's been seasons on other versions of Love Island, you know, where they just don't do it, and you're like, that blowed.
Right, you're like, boring, whatever.
Yeah.
Where's Casa Amor?
Yeah.
So, no, I think they have to keep it.
Hi, Ria. Hi, Fran. First of all, your wedding was gorgeous, Ria. I teared up
you.
at a few of the photos, so congratulations, and we're happy you're back.
Thanks.
Also, my pop culture hot take, I feel like no one talks about this, and I think Fran might have some good perspective, but in the tennis world, I think it's so weird that the two, like, big wags of the tennis world, Morgan Riddle and Paige Lorenz, like, do not interact at all. And nobody talks about it, and I feel like there's some serious,
They are
like,
talking about it on
I was
TikTok.
going to say, I wonder if
and
she
I
saw the
wish I
same
knew
TikTok I saw.
what was
I saw
going
the
on
same
between the
thing.
two, because it'd be so easy for them to be, like, friends and hang out, but there's, like, no acknowledgement of one another. So I want to get y'all's take on this, or maybe you'll know something, but truly it's my Roman Empire. Okay, love y'all.
I
Bye.
wish I knew. Like, I wish I knew more of it. I don't know. Tennis is such a, like, it's so competitive that I feel like everyone just kind of, like, sticks to their own thing, where it's like all the there aren't, like, a ton of other wags that are all hanging out. At least I don't
feel like
think.
they are, though. Like, I don't know. I feel like there are, like, other... No?
I don't. Can you name, like, other tennis
No, I
players
can't-
who have, like, their wags are all,
No, but, like,
all besties
Did you watch
hanging around in
what
tennis?
was that show called? Like, the behind the scenes of, like, them on tour?
Yeah.
And I feel like
Full
there
Court.
were, like... And I follow Morgan. And she, like, posts with other girls, like, all the time.
there are. Yeah, no. I mean, there's definitely something. Maybe they just don't. Maybe they're just not friends.
Yeah, sometimes I'm like, guys, maybe there's
know?
nothing juicy, and maybe sometimes people don't click, and
Yeah.
then they don't have to be besties.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think people just expect them because they're like both
Right.
Does
They're
Morgan
kind
live
of like
in New York
this.
City?
They're both like kind of. I don't think so.
So then, I'm not shocked
Yeah.
by it, because isn't Paige Lorenz like doesn't she live in New York City?
She has her beautiful house in Connecticut.
And where does Morgan Riddle live?
I don't know.
So then, like, I get then
I don't. I think
then
she's,
maybe
I mean,
they don't
they're
really-
like constantly on the road anyway. I'm like,
Yeah.
are they ever home?
yeah. So maybe they're not even like crossing each other's
Yeah.
paths that much.
I know. Maybe I don't know. I think that it's easy.
I don't know
to
enough
think,
about the tennis world to know
Yeah.
if they are crossing each other's paths that
Well,
much.
yes. They're at they're at all the same tournaments.
Like, when they go to Australia, or, like, when they go to, like,
I mean, they
these
go to every.
places, like,
Right.
They're at every single tournament.
Right,
But,
right.
You know, they're.
And they're doing, like, very similar content.
That's why I think it's easy to kind of like maybe think that, because it does feel like they are in the same sort of influencing space. But just because of that doesn't mean that they're like that there's any bad blood, or we don't know. We don't really. They could also just be doing their own thing.
And they could maybe like they're civilly
Yeah.
like friendly with each other,
Right.
but they just don't post about it.
right. They're not like making content with each other all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is blowing up on TikTok right now. That conversation is
I saw
happening.
that
They're like,
TikTok.
what is going on? Why don't we ever really see them do anything together? And I just don't really think we have to expect all the these girls to have to all hang out together all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I agree.
they're doing their own thing. They're working. A lot of both of
Mm-hmm.
them really. They go to these events, but they also have so many deals and content and everything that pairs with the tennis wherever they are.
Are their boyfriends friends?
I think they're friendly.
I would
I don't know if
think so.
they're
I don't-
besties, but I know Tom.
I think, yeah, it's like American, like, they're like,
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm pretty
enough
sure
about
they
tennis.
played double. Didn't they play?
They might have, honestly, yeah.
doubles together.
Oh,
at
so
some
like if
point?
they're
Like,
friends, and then I guess that adds to the layer of like, okay, why aren't they friends?
Fritz. I mean, I think they are friends.
Then that is what would be.
Yeah,
I guess.
They have to be at least friendly. I know that.
Oh, they have a okay.
they played.
They have a
didn't they play-
strong friendship apparent to Google.
They.
ChatGPT.
I wish I didn't even have to Google this, but they did win bronze in the Olympics. I forgot about that.
Yeah, the men's doubles.
So like, they have to spend a lot of time. You know, you're
Yeah.
still spending a lot of time together,
Yeah, maybe.
and they've obviously grown up playing tennis around each other for a long time because they're like of similar ages.
Yeah, I mean, there's not even one really photograph of them together.
No, I know.
Morgan
Yeah,
and Paige.
yeah,
Okay, now I'm more like, okay, well, if they're friends,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Then I guess that is why the suspicion
yeah.
is raised.
But I also just think, when they're on tour, they're in the zone and they're like the guys are focused on the tennis. It's not like they're trying to plan double dates and whatnot. At least that would be what I would think, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Just feels like they're locked in.
Mm-hmm. Very
when it's
interesting.
tennis season, but
hey, maybe the two of them just don't get along.
Right, that's also
maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe they just don't get along.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yep. It's very possible.
All right, let's move on to the next one. But now my interest is more piqued.
It does. Once you start to talk about it, you're like, why?
Right, like
aren't they
on the
friends?
surface level, you're just like, who gives a shit?
No,
like
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
they
yeah.
just like really don't get along. But then you're like, what happened?
Yep. But like once again, you're not friends. Like just think about your real life. You're not friends with everybody.
You're not going to be friends with everybody. You're not going to get along with everybody. Like,
and
or you
that's
can
fine.
get along with people, but you're not going to be besties.
Yes, and it doesn't like vilify either of them.
No.
It's just like that's it. You know?
Yeah, I think that's another thing that happens when people like aren't friends with certain people, like influencers. They're like, these ones are not friends or whatever, and you're like,
something must
something
be
must
wrong.
be wrong with that person.
Yeah.
That person's
Yeah.
like, well, you don't always like magically click with everybody.
Yep.
Hey, Ria. Hey, Fran. It's Jordan from Chicago. Shout out my roommate, Lydia, for this question. We were discussing Rihanna versus Beyonce earlier this week, and she brought to my attention that Rihanna actually has more Billboard #1 hits than Beyonce, which is very surprising to me. And then she asked me the question, who do you think would win American Idol between Rihanna and Beyonce? I said Beyonce. Now, then we started adding in more pop girlies to the mix. Who could win American Idol out of Adele, Ariana Grande, Rihanna, Beyonce? I can't think of the others.
As soon as you said Adele,
you started with Adele, and you can end it there.
Like, technically speaking, Adele is like the best.
It's gonna be Adele.
Anyways, want to know your thoughts? Thanks. Bye.
Especially with voice competition shows like that, and watching The Voice or American Idol or all these shows, like you see what kind of voice normally wins that show. Adele.
Yeah. I mean, Ariana Grande does have the vocals as well.
Yeah.
But Adele, just technically speaking, I think once you said Adele, it was like, no brainer.
Yeah.
And now if you're going Beyonce versus Rihanna and American Idol, I would probably lean Beyonce. But I think we've heard Beyonce belt it out more than we've heard Rihanna belt it out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking
Those
right off
songs suit
off
her,
the bat, I'm thinking, boy, with Beyonce. Like I'm not thinking belt.
If I were a boy.
Yeah, I'm not thinking belt out when I think Rihanna, although she can.
Yeah,
I'm thinking more pop.
Yeah,
music.
definitely. Yeah, it's interesting because it's just like it's just like the path they go down with a different type of music, different producers, different writers, the kinds of songs that they get. Rihanna is such a talent and has so many smash hits, but a lot of that comes from the writers and producers of a lot of the music, and same for Beyonce too, but it's different sounds, and I think Beyonce's had a lot of huge songs that maybe don't chart as high on Billboard lists like that, but Rihanna's songs always just popped off no matter what was going on, especially in that era. Was like whatever single she was putting out, that was #1 on the radio. Yeah.
Hi, Ria and Fran. This is Stephanie. First off, Ria, I wanted to say I loved your wedding.
God, thank you.
Someday when I get married, if I can just copy and paste your wedding, I would be the happiest girl in the world.
Oh my God, that's honored. Please
Fran,
do. Thank
congrats
you.
on Olive.
Thank
She's
you.
adorable.
So cute.
My question for you guys is, am I a bad person for snooping and finding my engagement ring that my boyfriend hid in his apartment? I found it. I tried it on. I haven't told anyone. I don't plan on telling anyone.
You just told
obviously I'm
everybody.
really excited,
It's
but
told us.
yeah, I found it. I had to try it on. I love it, but
That's great.
I was gonna would be
what are your
bad if
thoughts?
she was like, I
should
fucking
I have
hate it.
not have done that? Like, I had a sneaky suspicion, and he was gone. I went looking, and yeah, I found it.
Damn.
Let me know your guys' thoughts. Bye.
I don't blame her. I don't blame her. It's very hard to find it and not open it.
You went looking for it for a reason.
Yeah.
And you wanted to find it. My personal opinion, and this people may disagree with this, I think you should tell him because you don't want to start off the engagement and the marriage with a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're calling in to this show because you feel so guilty about doing it, because you're asking us, are you a bad person? Right. You're not a bad person. No. But if it's going to eat you alive, maybe you just tell him. You know, maybe you're just like, hey, you know, and then you move past it, you don't talk about it, you act like it didn't happen, and then he can do his thing, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair. And I that's probably the right thing to do.
If it's gonna eat you alive, like you don't want to have that on your like, and then he proposes and you've already seen it and you're gonna act surprised.
Right, yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
And it's like you might as well tell him, and then you guys can move past it, and then you could be like, but you know, surprise me when you're gonna do it, and we won't talk about this anymore, and like move past it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That it's just like the surprise of the proposal. If he has this built up moment in his mind of you seeing the ring for the first time and like seeing your face see the ring, but you have to almost act like it's the first time you're seeing it.
You don't want to act like it's
the first time. It takes away a little bit of the
authenticity
of the proposal, you know?
Yeah, because then in your head you're like, oh my God, I'm acting like this is the first time I'm seeing this. It's not the first time.
Yeah.
And then if you tell him after, he might be like, oh, you told me after? So you're not a bad person. You're so excited, which is so cute.
Look, you're just a girl, okay?
That's
you're
it.
just a girl.
That's
and
it.
You're looking for that engagement. I don't blame you. And especially, I don't know how long your boyfriend's had this ring. If you've been thinking about it for a while and you're like, you know what? I just want to validate how I'm feeling. Like, let's see if it's in the underwear drawer. And, you know, it's tough.
And he might be happy to hear that you love it.
Yeah.
You never know. You know what I mean? He might be like, oh my God, well, good thing you love it. You saw it. And now we can move on from it. So
exactly.
Not a bad person, but don't let this weigh heavy on your conscience, you know?
Hey guys, this is Alex from New Jersey. Last week, Fran talked a lot about Meghan and Harry on the pod, and I was thinking, and I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think there's going to be a world where because he will die, King Charles, and William will take over as king, do you think that there is a world where he will finally be able to, like, I don't know, like, make amends with his brother and then have him come back and, like, have all the family be together once more? Or do you think that relationship is, like, permanently broken? Because, like, we've all had sibling arguments, but this is something that's way, way bigger. So I've just been thinking about it a lot lately, and I'm hopeful that one day the entire family can, like, be together again, and the brothers would be happy together and just, like, you know, put everything behind them. But yeah, I don't know. I've just been thinking about it a lot lately. Curious what you guys think, and I love the pod. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
It's a never say never, but right now it does feel like William and Charles are a united front on this. When Charles croaks, maybe William will come around.
Charles dies, William
becomes
is
king. Yes.
And I just can't wait to be king. He must be singing that like every morning. Because he's so close. I mean, King Charles is...
No,
he's beating his last drum.
Yeah.
How old is King Charles? Because they live forever.
No,
but he's sick.
Yeah, I mean, now that makes us sound more like assholes.
Yes,
but
definitely.
He is.
Oh, because he's only 76.
Yeah, but he's not well.
Is sick.
True.
So that's also a big element to this.
A young king.
Yeah, he
and a young king.
William.
It'll be nice, like, you know, even with the presidents in the U.S. and like they're always old. Nice young.
Right.
Yeah, well, you know, you never know. You never know, Matt. You never know how Charles could defy the odds.
But even 20 years from now, William would still be considered
young
compared to right?
Yeah.
Because how old is he? 40 something?
He's probably 40.
Let's see.
He's probably 43, 4?
42.
42.
Turning 43.
So even if it's 20 years from now, which I
Almost
don't
43.
think King Charles is going to live for 20 more years, he'd be 62. Would be kind of young.
If God forbid something happened to William and Charles, who would be king? Harry's not going.
No,
obviously.
it goes to Will's kids.
Wow, that would be crazy.
Yeah, crazy how the line of succession
No,
works.
but like, wouldn't that be sick to have like a kid be the king?
Well, I mean,
have you seen Game of Thrones?
No,
I
I
was
know,
gonna
that's what I'm
say,
thinking
yeah.
of.
There's
I don't know
like-
how sick it would be.
Yeah. And I mean, it's
Joffrey was a crazy little bastard.
not, right, and he's like not really in charge of anything. But
Yeah.
yes,
Having a kid as a king is like when you run for class president in 6th or 7th grade and you promise everybody a zoo and candy
Yeah.
for lunch and like all that shit. It's like, no, I don't think that's the best idea.
yeah, no. I would like to hope that down the line, Will and Harry could figure it out, and if that element is not there, we're with like the fighting with Charles, maybe, but it really has felt like Will has been so hardcore on.
What
So
was
you
that?
drag something to your trash.
Throw something away?
You clean it off your desktop,
Getting cluttered over there? Too many HBO apps?
making room on your screensaver. That maybe they could. I would like to think that maybe they could, because they're the two brothers, the only two that they have. And God knows it seems like Harry wants to
like
be able to go back to the UK.
Yeah.
But it Will better give him his security. If Will gives him the security, then maybe they'll be good.
Right, I saw that because Harry was saying it's sad they can't go. He can't show
Says
his
they'll-
kids like
Yeah,
where
you can't
where
yeah.
they're from.
Yep.
But
Yep.
I will visit often.
Yeah, you'll be there. Don't you worry.
Don't worry, kids. I'll go check it out for you.
Yeah. Archie and Lilybeth will never see it, but you will.
They can hear it from me. All right, moving on.
Let's do one more.
Hi, Fran. This is Allie from.
Sure, I'll
I
just
think
go
this was-
kill
this
myself.
This is when you were gone.
My hot take is
Suck it.
is Lisa Vanderpump a villain? I
Oh.
think that given her edit on Real Housewives, yes, like she is very much portrayed as a chess player, and there's a reason she's not on the show anymore, but I think she always like redeems herself on Vanderpump. But seeing kind of how a lot of the cast has talked about her after they are no longer filming the show, like saying she's never been to something about her, that she hasn't reached out to Sheena, like she was kind of talking shit about Sheena on Watch What Happens Live. And like she favors men, like she still
Yes.
talks to
Yeah,
Tom
no,
and
that's
Tom.
true.
100%.
She still roots for James Kennedy. Like, what is your guys' take here? I love Lisa, but also sometimes like she does put a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Love the show and can't wait to hear what you guys think.
Yeah.
Bye.
Villain feels strong. Like, I don't know if she was ever like the villain.
Yeah. But I do think
But
she has qualities about
There
her
are
that
some
are not
villain like choices.
for sure. And I know this question wasn't towards me, but I think
Actually, shh.
I will shut the fuck up.
Did she ask for your no, please go on.
Shit. No, I hate that Lisa Vanderpump is like an apologist for all the men on
Yeah,
Bravo.
yeah,
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
it so much. It's like so apparent all the time. It's like the fact that Allie, James's ex-girlfriend, came out and said that Lisa was like begging her to like give James another chance or whatever. I'm like, why is that Lisa's business
Yeah.
at all? And by the way, you should be telling her to run far away from James. Like you should be, Lisa's advice should be like, get away from him, not give him another chance. So I just think time and the Toms, like she's always apologizing for the Toms and making up excuses for them. And like,
And she's always like, well, they're my business partners.
yeah. And it's like, well,
Yeah.
no. And never seeming to have the women's back
Yeah.
as much as she should, which would make her cooler if she did.
Yeah.
And she didn't. So yeah, I think there's some qualities about her that are like more like old fashioned, you could
Right,
say,
right,
where
right,
it's
right.
like
Yeah. It's like just an old school like way of thinking that's
Yeah.
like very outdated.
Mhm.
And it's like a misogynistic. Like it's just
Yeah.
so and as far as like the way it all ended for her on Housewives was just wasn't necessarily like villain-esque, but
it wasn't good.
It wasn't good, but it did just crumble really fast. Like I think like to be a villain, I think you need seasons upon seasons of consistent bad behavior, a la Jax Taylor. But I don't think that, like, the way it all ended and that was a shitstorm and that blowing up, like, will be like, goes full-blown villain. But no, there are some moments where you are like, ooh, that is not the opinion I would have, you know?
No. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that's a solid
yeah.
take. All right.
Cool.
That wraps up the voicemails, and keep calling, and we will take it next Wednesday. We'll be back with the popcorn.
Back to regular
that was
scheduled
a nice little
programming.
That
Jesus.
that was a nice little Friday treat for everybody.
Speaking of popcorn, I tried the Khloe Kardashian popcorn. Cloud. Delicious.
Really? What
Yeah.
flavors? You
White
never
cheddar.
got back to me.
I only tried the white cheddar. I didn't want to open every bag.
What were
You
the
know?
other flavors?
Oh. Olive oil and sea salt and a kettle corn. Sweet and salty kettle corn,
Can you bring
maybe?
me kettle corn in for me to try?
Yeah, I will.
I would like to try that.
I didn't want to open every bag because, you know, it's like then
then
they're
you're
all
gonna get
open.
stale,
Then, exactly.
you know,
Then I'm
you're
like,
gonna
then it
eat them
forces
all.
me to eat it all so it
Right.
doesn't go bad.
How many grams of protein are in like a serving?
So it's 6 or 7. I think 7. 6? One or the other. 6 or 7 grams per serving.
Which is a cup?
3 cups per serving.
3. Okay, so you have to eat a lot.
Yeah.
3 cups. I guess that's not a lot.
It's not
no, not a lot. But
it's, you know,
sometimes when you hear serving, you think 1 cup.
Yeah.
equals whatever.
Yeah. If I recall the nutritional facts off the top of my head, because I did take a good look at it.
So it would have to be 3 cups.
I think they said 3 cups per serving.
And now what are the other nutritional facts though? Like you're eating 3 cups of it.
It is a little higher in calories.
Yeah,
than
like what are the
other-
calories?
Maybe like 130
For 3 cups?
Yeah, something around there. But their thing is also like, no, you don't have the added like seed oils.
Okay, so no
and all
additives,
that, which is
things like that. But and then you're
yeah.
gaining protein from it.
Yeah. And then there's the extra protein, but it is a little bit more.
So I guess it's like
more caloric.
Yeah.
But I thought the white cheddar was delicious. It really just tasted like good old fashioned smart food to me. Which, you know.
Yeah, that's the class.
Yeah.
That's the best of the best.
Yeah.
So good for her.
Yeah. I haven't tried the other ones yet, but I did enjoy those.
Bring the kettle corn in.
I will.
I want to try
will,
that. I'm going
I
to text
will,
you to
I
remind
will.
you about that.
But it was a good popcorn. Like it was a good pop. Not too crunchy. You know, sometimes like you get a weird popcorn that's not.
Sometimes, when
Like
you get a popcorn that doesn't have the crunch or like the.
But you still want it to have that airy crunch. You don't
airy
want it to
crunch.
feel like you're biting into the kernel.
Or when you bite it and it's just like stale right off the bat.
Yeah.
That's a bad popcorn.
Yeah.
I forgot what brand is like that, but I don't like it.
Yeah. No, this had a good airy like pop to it still.
Good. This is a good review. I enjoyed this review.
Yeah.
All right.
That wraps it up.
That wraps it up. Cloud should sponsor this segment. All right. That wraps it up.
Everybody can get strong at Planet Fitness, a high-value membership that supports any fitness journey for as low as $15 a month. There are over 2,700 club locations, with most clubs open 24 hours. They have the best-in-class equipment. The equipment is the same high quality as other more expensive gyms. You can do a full workout, strength training, cardio, stretching. They have brand new plate-loaded machines, hack squats, supine benches, and calf raises. Plus, their staff is friendly and welcoming. You can get unlimited free fitness training. Whatever you want to do or whatever part that you're on for your fitness journey, Planet Fitness has all the things you need to get better, stay consistent, head to the gym, start to learn how to use maybe some of the machines you haven't used before, or you just want to go, maybe run on the treadmill, steps, get your steps in, whatever it is. It's important. Move your body, feel good. We're all strong on this planet. Join today in club, online, or in the free Planet Fitness app. Hours, amenities, and offers vary by club. Check out planetfitness.com or stop by your local club for more information. You must be 18 years old to enroll or 13 to 17 with a parent/guardian.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another game of Beat Ria and Fran. This is game number 174, and we are joined by Anna and Kelli. They are from Chicago, and we are ready to go.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, thanks for having us.
Amazing. So it is 15 questions. If you get the question right, you get the point. If you get it wrong, the other team can steal the point. Whoever's the most points at the end wins. To determine who goes first, Noah's going to give us a movie. We're going to guess the Rotten Tomatoes critic score of that movie. Whoever is the closest will go first. We all get our own individual guess. We'll alternate between teams for guesses. So, Noah, what is today's movie?
The Fault in Our Stars.
Ooh, what a throwback.
Little Shailene Woods.
What? Who's the author again?
John
Green?
Yeah. One of you guys guess first.
I'm gonna guess 76.
What do you have?
34.
Ooh.
I'll go 62.
51.
81.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, guys.
It's a 77.
Higher
Really
than I thought
high.
it was going to be.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Pretty well.
And it's a good movie.
Isn't it really like sad?
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
sad.
No.
What was the other one with Cara Delevingne? Paper
Hearts.
Yeah. No?
Trails.
Paper Trails?
Paper
Paper
Towns.
Towns.
Thank you.
Okay, question number 1 to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Jordan from Kansas City. Name the 4 Beckham children in order.
Okay. There's Brooklyn. Isn't there like Cruz? George? Who did it? Someone's like just
15
getting
seconds.
married. George, and in order. Cruz, I think, is the smallest.
He's the smallest.
And Brooklyn's the
middle.
oldest. Brooklyn's middle.
5 seconds.
Okay, George, Brooklyn. Something Cruz.
Dave and Cruz.
Time is
Yeah, George, Brooklyn, Dave, and Cruz.
incorrect.
Isn't it
Brooklyn. I think it's Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, Harper. Yeah. Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, Harper.
Are we sure Romeo is before Cruz?
That's
Romeo.
where the debate is in my head, but I was just talking about them in like their age orders. I think it's Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, Harper.
Okay.
15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, if you're leaning towards that,
Yeah.
I could be swayed either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Brooklyn, Romeo, Cruz, Harper. Final answer.
Correct.
Woo! What a relief.
Thank
I would-
God.
What
Cruz
would
was
we
not
have done if we didn't know
Cruz
the
was
order of the
older.
Beckham kids?
When I saw that question, I was confused because last week when you were talking about them and you kept saying Harper 7, for some reason in my mind I was like, oh, there's 7 kids.
No.
But it's just her name is Harper 7.
Yeah. And she's too young for like an Instagram, so they just hashtag Harper 7
Oh, okay.
in all the
7
posts.
is her middle name.
Okay, 1-0, Ria and Fran. This is question number 2 to them. Shout out Sydney from Texas. What actor in the movie The Hangover is also a board-certified doctor?
Ken Jeong.
Yeah.
Right? He's a real doctor.
Yep.
Yeah. Final answer.
Correct.
Shout out Duke.
Yeah, that's why. So that's your guy.
The selfie that never was.
Apparently he's like helped out people on set before too. Like
I mean, hey, if you're a
Comes
real
to
life
use.
doctor, I'm sure those skills.
Yeah.
You're sure people need your help sometimes.
Okay, 2-0, Ria and Fran. Question number 3 to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Michaela from Newton, Massachusetts. What 2021 movie did Addison Rae star in alongside Madison Pettis?
Gosh, it's something like not the kissing booth, but like what is that old movie? It's like a remake.
15 seconds.
Oh my gosh. She's the man.
5 seconds.
I did not think of it. It's like She Tells All or not like that.
Time is
but-
up. Okay,
Pass.
to Ria and Fran.
He's all that.
She's so close.
You were
So
so
close. You were so close.
Had all the
You were
words.
saying every word.
Yeah.
which
She's
is
all
not
that. But
combined.
then they did he's all that. He's all that.
Correct.
It's crazy that Kourtney Kardashian was in that movie and Addison Rae.
Yeah,
Kourtney Kardashian
yeah.
were
Oh, I didn't
best
know
friends
that.
for a while.
Oh yeah, whatever happened to that?
I was just like
Friendship must have fizzled.
Yeah.
You know?
Things fizzled out, I guess.
Okay, 3-0, Ria and Fran. Question number 4 to them. Shout out Michaela from Newton again. In 2020, Scooter Braun acquired Taylor Swift's masters. Which singer tweeted at Taylor Swift suggesting she re-record her music under the name Taylor's Version and now receives flowers from Taylor herself after every re-release?
Kelly Clarkson.
Final answer.
Correct. I didn't know that.
Well, we did.
Yeah, well, I guess we did. Doesn't matter that you didn't know.
All right, 4-0. Question number 5 to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Christine from Huntington, Long Island. There's nothing to tell, it's just some guy I work with, is the first line ever said in Friends. Which character says the line?
What's the line again?
There's nothing to tell, it's just some guy I work with.
I think it's Monica. It's Monica and Chandler.
I'm down to throw it out.
All right, Monica, final answer.
Correct.
Woo!
On the board.
Yeah, finally.
Okay, 4-1, Ria and Fran. Question number 6 to them. Shout out Carly from Colorado. How many new songs were added to Ariana Grande's deluxe version of Eternal Sunshine?
I think 5.
Let's go with 5.
5. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Oh, shit.
It's probably 6.
Yeah, it probably is.
4. I think it might be 4. You can 6.
One of the surrounding
numbers.
numbers.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
let's go 6. You want to do 6?
6, final answer.
Correct.
Ugh.
You might have just given it to them by
Nice.
saying that.
I really thought it was 5.
You know what? That's okay. It's just
I think
one
there's
off.
one that I don't listen to a lot. That's why. Because like I play them all, and there's one
and
that
then
I
you just
skip.
skip.
So
Okay, 4-2, Ria and Fran. Question number 7 to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Jordan from Chicago. Name the actor or actress in these films. In all these films. Bridesmaids, Minions, Top Gun Maverick.
I'm so bad at these ones. Minions, Top Gun, Maverick. I don't even know any chicks in that. And Bridesmaids. I'm just gonna go straight from. Is it Kristen? There's no way. It wouldn't be
15
Kristen
seconds.
Wiig.
I
Like
don't
Minions?
have it on there.
All right, we'll go with Kristen Wiig. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Ria and
Yeah.
Fran.
No chance.
I don't know.
Maya Rudolph, Rose Byrne. I've never seen
I
Top
know.
Gun Maverick.
You gotta check that out.
What?
Remember, like I went to watch it and then I didn't finish.
Oh my god.
That's like the last movie that I feel like you'd start and be like,
yeah.
Like it's so attention.
Shit. I don't
10 seconds.
know. Maya Rudolph isn't in it. I'm trying. I feel like it's the boyfriend from Bridesmaids, the cop, but I don't know what his real name is. Maya Rudolph. Final answer.
Incorrect. John Hamm.
Oh my god, I was gonna say John Hamm at the
John
buzzer. I hate
Hamm.
myself. I was gonna say
So
John
true,
Hamm.
John Hamm. Yep.
Yeah, it's hard.
I always forget that he's in Bridesmaids, though.
No,
he's like
Minions is what was
fucking
throwing
Kristen
me
I
Wiig
know.
off.
right at the
I've never
beginning
seen
of Bridesmaids.
Minions was
Yeah.
really throwing me off.
Oh, I'm so mad at myself. I was gonna throw out John Hamm right at the buzzer, and I just didn't.
Okay, 4-2 still, Ria and Fran. This is question number 8 to them. Shout out Carly from Colorado. Match these Beyonce songs to their respective albums.
Forget it.
The songs are Halo, Irreplaceable, Hold Up, and the albums are Lemonade, B-Day, I Am Sasha Fierce.
Okay. B-Day is Irreplaceable.
Okay.
I Am Sasha Fierce is Halo.
Halo.
And
Yeah,
then
that's-
Hold
I think
Up
it's the only one I know.
is Lemonade.
Yeah.
Just say it one more time.
Okay, Hold Up is Lemonade. Irreplaceable is B-Day. And Halo is I Am Sasha Fierce.
Final answer.
Final answer.
Correct.
Nice.
All
I'm
right.
bad with those questions.
5-2, Ria and Fran. Question number 9 to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Michaela from Newton once again. Name this 2005 Disney movie starring Lindsay Lohan based off the description. Maggie Payton, the new owner of number 53, the freewheeling Volkswagen Bug with a mind of its own, puts the car through its paces on the road to becoming a NASCAR competitor.
Herbie Fully Loaded. I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Herbie Fully Loaded. Final answer.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Great movie.
A
What's
Lindsay
a good
Lohan classic.
All right, 5-3, and this is question number 10 to Ria and Fran. I'm going to play a movie clip, and you tell me what movie it's from.
I don't go to school.
You're kidding.
No.
Well,
where did you go to school?
William Taft Elementary for a little while.
Seriously? You're not like 15 years old or anything, are you?
No. Well, you're not like 15, are you?
No. So what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
You're unemployed.
I wouldn't say that.
So it's Dakota Johnson. But I don't know
Is
the
it?
guy's voice. Yeah. Yeah. Should we just guess
Is it
how to be
50?
single?
Oh, how to be single?
15
I was
seconds.
gonna say 50 Shades.
I don't know. I feel like maybe we just go how to be
Okay,
single.
how to-
Maybe she's on a date, like
Okay, how to be single.
how to be single. Final answer.
Incorrect. To Anna and Kelly.
That's what I thought it was too. What was that one? Can we play the clip again?
I don't go to school.
You're kidding.
No.
Well, where did you go to school?
William Taft Elementary for a little while.
Seriously? You're not like 15 years old or anything, are you?
No. Well, you're not like 15, are you?
No. So what do you do?
I'm an entrepreneur.
You're unemployed.
I wouldn't say that.
I like have nothing.
What was that one Dakota Johnson that just flopped?
Oh,
I didn't see it. but-
like Black Widow or something, or Widow.
10 seconds.
Oh my gosh, what is that movie? It's a good one.
3
Well, not a good
seconds.
Pass.
Dude, Black Widow.
Black Widow, final answer.
Incorrect.
Madam, is it Madam Web?
No.
Oh,
It's the social network.
Madam
And
Web.
that's
Oh.
Justin Timberlake and Dakota Johnson.
It's the Social Network.
It's when like he
my
wakes up and her
God.
bells.
You know?
so familiar.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
just- you love that
and the,
movie
and the
so
William
much.
Taft. Like I kept thinking to myself,
I could not figure out that guy's voice
no,
at all.
but
Timberlake.
the only thing that was sticking out to me was the William Taft.
Yeah.
And again, I just was
Yeah.
like, where? What is that? Ah, shit.
Damn. I always forget she's
And then
in
she's
that.
like, wait, I just slept. Wait, what was his name? Sean Parker. I just
Yeah.
slept with Sean Parker. No, you slept on Sean Parker. Remember
Yeah.
that? It was like right before that.
Yeah, I forget she's in that.
Okay. Question number 11. It's still 5-3, Ria and Fran. And this is to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Carly from Colorado. On Drake and Josh, they discovered they had met each other before as young kids after getting in a fight at a baseball game over what?
I want to say it's like a Gatorade color or something, like looking the last. I don't know. It's just a shot in the dark.
Throw it out.
You think? What is it? Getting a fight over something in a baseball game, or is it like a snack?
10 seconds.
Remember what snack they're gonna have?
Over who gets
5.
the last snack? All right, over who gets the last snack. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Foam finger.
Huh. Yes. Yes,
Foam
a
finger.
foam finger. Yep. Final answer.
Correct.
Nice. My God, when you said that, it came rushing back.
Yeah. Same.
Okay, 6-3, and there are 4 questions left. So this is question number 12 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Danielle from Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
Nice.
Yeah. In Harry Potter, which magical suite comes with collectible cards displaying famous witches and wizards?
Chocolate frogs. Final answer.
Correct.
Very nice.
And that seals the victory.
Woohoo! Don't sound too excited over there.
Okay, 7-3.
Yeah.
We'll finish the game out. This is question number 13 to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Rachel from San Diego. In the very last episode of Gossip Girl, Chuck and Blair get married. What color is her wedding dress?
I think it's like red, right? Or is it a trick question?
No, it's
And it's
gotta be-
eggshell.
You're right.
Blue? No, I feel like it is blue.
I was thinking blue, but
All right, let's do blue. All right, blue, final answer.
Correct.
It's that beautiful
Yeah.
blue
Yeah.
dress. I loved that dress.
Mm-hmm.
That was a stunning dress.
Okay, 7-4.
I think it was an Ellie Saab.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Question number 14 to Ria and Fran. Shout out Sarah from Louisville, Kentucky. In the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, what is the name of King Neptune's daughter who is voiced by Scarlett Johansson?
Shit. What's her name?
I don't know. I don't remember the SpongeBob movie that much.
Yeah, no. Goofy Goober Rock. Goofy Goober.
I know that,
Yeah.
but
Her name
15
is...
seconds.
Oh, I can't remember.
Time is up.
Nope, got nothing.
Okay, to
Yeah.
Anna and Kelly.
I have no idea.
When I hear it, I'm gonna be so annoyed. It's
Pass.
Yeah, I have nothing.
Pass.
Okay. Mindy.
Mindy.
Princess Mindy.
Mindy. Yeah,
it's a fish name.
Shit, Mindy.
Mindy would be a fish name.
Yep.
You think?
I would have never got that.
Yeah, because I can hear his voice. Mindy.
7-4. Final question to Anna and Kelly. Shout out Megan from Canada. What is the name of the principal in Mean Girls?
Is it Mr. Duval?
That sounds right.
Okay, Mr. Duval, final answer.
Correct.
Nice. Ending on a great note.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey,
There you
A
go.
lot of points
7-5.
scored.
That's
Hey,
a lot.
7-5 is a close
We
game.
only missed 3 questions.
Shit. Close game.
Wow.
Bunch of geniuses.
Yeah. Hey, how about that? I'm happy. I'm happy we pulled away with the win.
This is your first time back. You're
Yeah.
gonna shake the
Sharp.
rust off.
Yeah.
You
I'm
got
sharp.
it. You
I'm
got
sharp.
it. Still.
I'm here. I'm ready. Thank you guys so much for playing. It was so nice meeting you guys virtually.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And you still get merch, even though,
Yeah.
it's not the beat. It's not that
Doesn't
you
say.
you didn't beat Ria and Fran, but you still get merch. Of
course.
So just email Noah your address and sizes, and we'll get that sent to you guys.
Amazing. Thank you guys
Thank
so
you guys
much.
so much.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
All right, that wraps up today's episode of Chicks in the Office, aka the best show on earth. Thank you so much for watching and listening. A reminder, the tickets for our honeymoon tour show is on sale now. It has nothing to do with honeymoon wedding or anything like that, by the way. It's just a cute name because it's all like, summer. So buy the tickets and we'll see you there. We love you guys very much. Have the best weekend. Why am I doing a peace sign? I regret it. I'm going to tuck it away. Goodbye, everybody.
Just gonna put that.
I'm just going to holster that.
Just put that one back in the pocket.
And act like that never happened. All right. Have a good weekend.